Yo, what is up, my opossums? Welcome back to another tutorial video. So today, this is mainly for a lot of my buddies that I've been playing with, like Ish and Ninja and them. You might have seen them in some of the other videos. They have been asking for an Elder's Mark build. So this is what I'm going to call my Ghoul Mando build. It is inspired by a few other creators, but I did change a few things up. Granted, there's not a whole lot you can change because some of this is kind of just meta. So you can hear the sound of a Scorch Beast in the background, just because it's right there. This build, you will be able to cripple the snake plate pretty fast, and you can't get it in under a minute for the snake when you kill it. So this is the Elder's Mark that I'm using. I'm using Quad, Vital, VATS Optimized, and Conductors. I did try out Pinpointers. If you can stay in VATS, it is better because you're doing more weak spot damage, but that's really if you're doing something along those lines. Now, I do have the standard receiver to reduce the AP cost, and the short light barrel for that same reason. I'm using the medium quick eject because I noticed while you are getting about 25 less shots per thing, that extra reload does help. So, real quick, we are going to look at this command build here. So here's the special perks. We got 10 strength, 13 perception, 8 endurance, 3 charisma, 2 intelligence, 10 agility, and 10 luck. Now looking at the perks, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the legendary perks as usual. So we got luck 5, intelligence 5, strength 5, agility 5, and taking one for the team 5, and funky duds 5. As you know, I run funky duds because I run raids a lot, but you can swap this out with action diet if you want. You could, although that, I'm not going to lie, only works whenever I'm running low on chems, but you can also run follow through on this. So both of those are alternative methods. So let's go through. I'm going to kind of show you guys some perks that, I'll show you this build real quick, and as we go through, I'll take off a few perks that you guys could remove. So I have all these Bullet Storm ones, bringing the big guns for more Bullet Storm, Easy Target 2 for more crippled damage, Lock and Load, Bullet Storm 3, Bandolier 2, Blocker 1, and Armskeeper 2. You could take off Armskeeper and Bandolier, and that could free up 4 points, although I would recommend at least Bandolier. So taking off Armskeeper, that will give you 2 more points in strength. Perception, we got Tormentor, Downranger 3, Tank Killer 2, Concentrated Fire 3, and Number Cruncher. Now you can take Number Cruncher off as well. That one's not as necessary, so you could run either something else. Like, I'd run Center Masochist when you're fighting the robot, just to get more torso damage. And then Endurance, I have Ironclad 3, I have Life Giver, although you can take Life Giver off, and honestly, you could take off Chem Diet as well. So that's 5 perks that you could free up to add more for a human build, or perhaps really anything else that you wanted to add on there. So there's a lot of flexibility here in that term, so you can see we already have 2 legendary perks worth of perk cards that you have open. In here I have Strange in Numbers and Tenderizer. Then in Science I have First Aid, Field Surgeon, Good with Salt 2, and Batteries Included. You can take Batteries Included off, and you can also take off Good with Salt. I just run both because I choose to. I'm actually going to keep that on so my food doesn't expire. But there will be 4 points there if you don't run Good with Salt. Or if you only run 1 rank, you'll still have an open slot. So, right here, in Agility, we have Pack and Light, Modern Renegade 2, Gunslinger 3, Gunslinger Expert, Gorilla 3, Gorilla Expert, Evasive, and Gun Fu. Now, you could switch off Gun Fu and make this into, for humans, I'd probably say a Furious build or a Bloodied build. Bloodied build would probably be the best, so just this whole thing, minus some of the Ghoul perks, and the only issue is your Bullet Storm won't stack as well without Wild West hands here. So going through luck, we have Better Criticals 3, Critical Savvy 3, Battle Genes 2, you can take off Battle Genes 2, we have Faulty Spots, Ricochet, you could take off Ricochet as well, we have 4-Leaf Clover, and we have Wild West hands. So these could be switched out with Glowing Criticals if you wanted. I just have Battle Genes for kind of day-to-day, but Glowing Criticals, if you can keep your glow up, you could also run Science, Monster, and Intelligence as a Ghoul, and get those boosted. So yeah, this is the perk setup that I have. Let me go ahead, I'm going to put these back on, just to kind of show all that. And then you can go through here, and anywhere that you see a perk maybe you don't want, the most essential ones are going to be these Bullet Storm ones, and these ones here. So luck, agility, and strength are going to be your most important, although probably a few here and perception as well. But real quick, I gotta remember what perk I had on where. I had Number Cruncher on, and then in here I had Life Giver, and I'm actually going to put Thick Skin on, because I'm not in Power Armor in this build. You can use Power Armor, it can help with survivability, but I'm going to show you without Power Armor. So, for this build, you can run it without Power Armor, which is why we don't really have Power Armor. So, perfect timing, we have the Scorch Beast here as an example, and my game lag there for a second. You can see we kill it relatively quickly, so the big thing, try not to reload. Oh, my Bullet Storm was not quite reset because I've been using this for a while, so it's really kind of RNG. I'm not going to reliably say that you're going to hit 20 Bullet Storm, but when you do hit that 20 Bullet Storm, oh my gosh, this build really shines. Like, you'll shred the snake, you can do a decent bit of damage to the robot, and a few other things like that. Yeah, so I would still recommend maybe a heavy gun fighting the robot, but you can definitely solo it using this. I mean, if you watch the raid tutorial that we did, you're able to there. Right now I'm going to run over to the other fissure site just to show you guys a little bit more of how this works. You can use this with other small arms guns, although there are ways that you might need to tweak perks to optimize them a little bit more. You can see I'm not fully not feral, so actually I'm going to go ahead and take that off. I saw that Scorch Beast pop out, so let me pop a few Radix Diluted. I like using Radix Diluted because you can't get addicted, and you know, they're fairly cheap to make. But we're going to go ahead and shred through all these Scorched. And this is a VATS build, just want to clarify, but you can see, man, once we get there, we just shred through it. So you can see that Gunfu is really playing in these large hordes. Just swapping around. The Scorch Beast decided that, you know, it was going to be that guy and come down here and fight us one-on-one. So he lost, yeah. But let me go ahead real quick, and I'll show you guys the armor that I'm wearing. It is the same as usual, with some Lucid, some Agility, powered through hikers, tankies on the arms, which is what that purple effect is, and a little bit of Rangers. And on here I just have Vanguards instead, I just have a jetpack on there. But yeah, so that is the Ghoul Mando build. If you are looking for a human one, what we'll do, just imagine all of these perks with the ghouls taken off, and go for more of a bloodied build, so perks that are going to optimize your survivability and endurance, so you can move most of these perks over there to endurance, and kind of go from there. So, yeah. That is all I've got for this Ghoul Mando build, and I know I only verbally talked about a human build, but yeah, that is how you will do the human build. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and leave a like and subscribe, and you, as usual, stay awesome, my lovely opossums.